You are now listening on One Radio, the talk show podcast station. This is Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sister Such and Such, an open-minded and raw character who says exactly what's on my mind. Meanwhile, telling the truth about it all. It is news, information, lifestyle, and well, my opinions, leaving no subject untouched. Welcome to Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sister Such and Such. Welcome to all my new listeners and all of my day ones. Now, welcome. I hope y'all having a good morning thus far. This is Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sister Such and Such. Now, this is coffee and conversation. I hope you got your coffee ready and whatever else you need to start your morning. We're going to be talking about some things this morning, and some might be comfortable and some of this might be uncomfortable. But it is what it is, and I'm going to say exactly what the hell it is. So welcome. If you're new here and you are not following Sister Such and Such, please do so. Now, this podcast is available. So my airwell. I said that's on my airwell. It's available on most of your favorite podcast sites, apps, and all your devices. You can find it on Alexa, and that way you can tune in. Now, if you want to email me or something like that, you can do that at onOneRadioTalk@gmail.com. Place it to the attention of Sister Such and Such. If you got a question, you got some feedback, or you just want to talk, or you even want to be a guest on the show, you got a topic you want to talk about, let me know. And this is a live broadcast. We are on YouTube and online on the On One Radio the talk show station. It's live as well. Now, if you want to call in, you can do so. Tell me how you feel, what you think, and about you or whoever else, or what's going on. You can do so by calling 318-315-3971. That's 318-315-3971. And tell me what you're thinking, how you feeling, and what's going on. Now, wait, let me take a sip of my coffee here. Because this is coffee and conversation. Now, hopefully y'all are staying safe with the corona out there. And then they got the new coronas coming out. It's attacking, and it's attacking hard. So y'all be careful out there. Now, go on, do what them folks say. Mask up, wash your hands, and all that good old stuff, you know? Go on and do that so you can be alright. Because you definitely want to be alright. Make sure you're alright. Now, it's a lot going on, and we're going to talk about this here now. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this here. Because we need to talk about it and see what's going on and talk about it and to make you feel better. Now, during this quarantine now, it's been a lot going on. And we're going to start with the relationships. And it's being called quarantine relationships right now. How y'all doing with this? I'm doing alright, but it's a lot of people that ain't. You got folks breaking up. And it hadn't been the greatest now. But you got folks breaking up, and they breaking up because a lot of them are saying they done spent too much time together. So is it that spending so much time together is a problem? Is it really a problem? Did you not know who you was married to or in a relationship before this happened? That's a good question, because you do find out a little bit more when you spend a whole lot of time being with somebody. Especially with the way things were before the quarantine. Because before the quarantine, everybody was working. They had something to do, and they spent most of the day away from the house at work or whatever it is they do during the day. But now so many people are at home spending so much time together, and it seems these relationships seem to not be working. Which makes you wonder, well, what's the real deal? What's really going on? And again, I say, well, did you not know who you was with before, quarantine? Now, a lot of these relationships started at different periods of time before the quarantine, and you got new relationships during the quarantine. Now, a lot of folks is trying to get back out the house. They done got sick of their children. They done got sick of their man or woman. Or it's little things that's coming out that people is not really happy about. But you gotta work through some things. None of it is perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, and it's gonna be ups and downs. But we just gotta find ways to deal with the shit. Talk it out instead of just trying to walk it out. It seems like it's just much easier to just walk away from it, but we gotta think about everything we done invested into the shit, especially if you done invested years. That's like investing in a corporation. You invested 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3, even if it was a year. You done invested your money into this company, and then all of a sudden you say, well, you know what, I don't like y'all. I'm going to take my money out, and you might miss something good. And that's not to say that there are some things that you just shouldn't put up with and deal with, because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be, have heartache or be abused or anything like that. In those situations, yeah, you get the hell out. You get the hell out so you can be okay. You get out so you can be alright. Self-preservation is one of the biggest things in life. You are supposed to make sure you're alright. But in a relationship, it's more than just you. If it's worth working out, work that shit out. And I know sometimes it's hard to not be selfish, but we can't be selfish. You got to give. It's give and take in a relationship. It's give and take. And it can't just be one-sided. Both parties got to give. You both got to be understanding. You got to both be caring. You just got to give. You have to be selfless. In a lot of situations when it comes to relationships, you got to be selfless. And when you are, it tends to work out better because it's easier for you to come to terms and agreements on things. You can agree to disagree. Every person is an individual. True enough, they have their own individual thoughts, feelings, views on things. And that's okay. But different opinions and views on things does not mean that you have to separate or leave one another or divorce. Turn your families up. It's always a way to work some things out. But you got to be willing. And I've heard quite a few things about relationships during the quarantine. Some guys are finding out these women were not there for them. They was there for their money. And in that case, that woman don't give a damn about you. Yeah. No. You might need to go on and let her go. Let her get on out there and make it on her own so she can learn a few more things and really become a woman. The same goes for the women that's got men that's finding out He don't want your ass. He just want what's in your titty. Now, when I say that, some people gonna understand, some ain't. When I say want what's in her titty, it's not the actual titty that I'm talking about. It's the money that she keep up there. That's the bank, honey. If you didn't know, that's the bank. Because somebody can run by and snatch your purse, but you got your money up there in the titty. Some do the left, some do the right. Robbers don't think like that, so they don't know. They just gonna snatch the purse and try to run. But it's women finding out that man just want what's up there in the bank. They don't want you. Now, when it's like that, because it goes both ways. Even in a woman-woman relationship, man-man relationship, it's the same thing. Especially now when money is scarce, you got to be careful. Now, both of y'all still working and y'all going half on the bills, y'all going half on everything, or at least close to half. That's a wonderful thing. It truly is. It's a wonderful thing. But when it's not like that, that's when the problem comes in. One person paying everything and not doing nothing at the house, or not trying to be helpful in no type of way. They're just sitting there waiting for the money to come and got their hand out. Now, that's a damn problem. Nobody really needs to put up with that. So, yeah, you might have to show somebody the dough right then and now with that shit. Because we're not doing that. Times is too hard already. Especially if you got children. If you got children, they already got their hand out without having their hand out. Because you got to buy everything and take care of them. And so having a spouse, a girlfriend, a partner, whatever, standing there with their hand out, that's a damn problem. And that would cause a problem in a relationship, especially right now during quarantine and the corona. So you might want to find a way to deal with what's going on. Try to find a way to work through it. If you can find a way to work through it, then everything will be alright. Find a way to work through it.
Some folks say mask up, wash your hands, and all that.
Okay. Well, y'all just take care of yourself when it comes to relationships. I just got showed some things. Apparently YouTube is having some difficulties. So we're gonna let YouTube go. If y'all can hear me over there on YouTube, my bad. We having some problems over there. But for everybody else, thank you for being tuned in. And you are listening to Sistah Talk, and this is Coffee and Conversation. And we're going to be talking about it all today. Yeah, we're going to be talking about it all today. Now, what's going on with y'all? What do y'all think about this whole impeachment thing? Y'all, what y'all think? Y'all feeling this? Y'all against this? What y'all think? Because I'm going to tell you what I think. Now, my opinion on this is that, well, things didn't turn out too right with old Trump in office. It didn't turn out too right. Some folks think it did. Some believe it's not. And the proof is always in the pudding. It's always in the pudding. It shows. Do y'all think he incited the insurrection? I think he did. Because it's just certain words you don't use, and it's certain words you don't use and get it going. Especially when people are already upset. You don't push people's buttons when they already upset, and you make them believe things. They take it to heart and they will act on it. Now, I don't believe in hatred toward anybody. I don't believe in tearing up the government. I kind of want democracy to stay in place because it's there for the people. We need a civilized society. And if you got folks tearing up government buildings, climbing walls, that's like some animal activity right there. We should be acting like that. Pardon me, I texted for my coffee on that. Because the way that went down, that just shows a whole lot about, well, the state of the United States and which way things are going. Because I'm going to be honest, now, if it was anybody else had done that, it'd have been a lot more people hurt. It'd have been a lot more, probably, arrest. And more than likely, it'd have been a whole lot more people. A whole lot more people in paddy wagons and zip ties and everything else. And would definitely be getting arrested. It'd be raids on people's houses and everything else. And it was already said that they felt like at the Capitol they didn't really need any protection. Why might that be? Was it because it was not minorities that was supposed to have been protesting that? That says a lot. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. With all the other protests, they had military and everything else. Folks out there decked out in black with the guns and everything else to protect places that, well, it wasn't even federal buildings or anything like that. People was just marching down the streets. But they had more protection then. They felt like they needed it. And that's the state of America. Which is kind of lopsided, if you ask me. It's lopsided. And then on top of that, you gotta worry about the corona. You got to worry about the corona. You got to worry about the police and everything else if you just walking down the street or sit in the house eating ice cream. But these folks has gotten away with a lot. So were they protesters? No, I wouldn't call them protesters. Were they amped up to do it? I think so. And it has been going on for months. Them being crunk up like that. Once you spark, say, some paper and whatnot, and then you want to pour some gasoline on top of that, it's already flammable. So you're going to go from a small fire, from a spark to a small fire, to a big old bonfire. And that's pretty much what happened. A lot of people were discriminated against while Trump was in office. I mean, he done tried to bribe people and everything else. And that's not what we want leading our country and leading us. And we, the people, showed up and voted. And Trump and his followers are not taking that loss very well. It's like kids outside playing. Let's say one kid got a basketball and they out there and they playing basketball, and the kid with the basketball, he loses a little pickup game and he gets mad and wants to take the ball and run in the house. Well, that's kind of what Trump did. He got mad because he lost the pickup game and now he don't want to play no more, and he wants to take the ball, the basketball, the one ball that's outside for the children to play with that he was supposed to be sharing with. He takes it and goes in the house and he don't want to play no more. And he comes up with all kind of lies about them cheating and everything. And although they wasn't cheating, they was just playing the game the way it was supposed to be played. And they won, and he didn't. So throwing a tantrum and spewing out lies, that's not cool, and that's not how that's supposed to go. Yeah, that's not how that's supposed to go. But that's how that went. Separating families, meddling in everybody else's business, being mean and hateful toward people. That's not who we the people need leading us and speaking up for us, because that's not the way we feel. And what he represents is not us. He's representing himself and what he wants. And with them impeaching him for the second time, I think they are doing the right thing. And it's not so much a political thing, it's a common sense thing. Because it just means that we don't want him back in office. He done messed up a lot of things, and, well, Biden is trying to fix some things. It's not to say that he might not make no mistakes, because he's human, he might make mistakes. The few mistakes in Trump's early days, you could kind of look over some of that stuff. But you can't look over inaccuracies, lies, deceitful and hatred motives, selfishness, greed. Hell, he made a phone call and tried to bribe somebody into getting him the votes that he needed to win. Is that truly a good representation of we the people? Because that's not what we're doing. We're trying to live by the rules of the land, and that's not in there. That's not in there. And no, he don't need no more intel. He's no longer the president, so he needs no more intel for him to mess up something that doesn't need to be messed with, or start something that don't need to be started. Let's be honest. When he was in office, he got up there on national TV and lied after lie. After lie. After lie. Now, I can go on like that the rest of this live, but I'm not. But that's how much this man got up there and lied. And then he took to Twitter and lied on top of lie on top of lie. It's only so much. Y'all know that old story about Crying Wolf. The little boy in a town, he thought it was funny. He run up there in the middle of town and holler wolf, and then everybody come running with all their weapons to try to defeat a wolf. And then they find out it ain't there. He did that quite a few more times. And then that last time he hollered wolf, nobody came. Because they was tired of his shit. You done sat there and lied about a wolf about 5 times. You think everybody finna stop what they doing and come run to your rescue? And the last times you hollered that it wasn't no damn wolf? No. We the people, when it comes to Trump, is not running nowhere to defeat no wolf. Because the last times we ran to help or stand up for or see what was going on, there was no wolf. And that's what he's doing right now. He done cried wolf for months. Damn near a year. And I'm sorry, but all the folks that they kept running up to look for this wolf when Trump hollered wolf, they done ran up in this building, they done climbed walls, they done broke into the Capitol and looking for a wolf. There was never a wolf. Now don't y'all feel duped? I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. There's no wolf. Y'all went hunting down an imaginary wolf. Everything went the way it was supposed to go. Everything was legit. So there was no wolf. And this man used y'all as pawns. And I'm not saying y'all as in everybody, because everybody was not a Trump supporter. Just those who were his supporters. There comes a time when you have to make up your mind and use some common sense. You don't put your life at risk. You don't put your career at risk. You don't put your freedom at risk. For nothing, because that was for nothing. Nothing was accomplished but a show of how gullible people can be to believe a lie. Don't let nobody use your head for no garbage can. And yes, Trump needs to be impeached. I'm sorry, it's just the damn truth. He needs to be impeached. So he can't get back in office and screw us over and damn near have us at war with every damn body. That just ain't gonna work. Now, whatever your feelings on this, let me know. You got a question? Ask. I'll have an answer for you. And before I go, I got one last topic to talk about kind of briefly here. Now, this teacher, it's just a hot mess. Now, this teacher done went and used Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue spray now on her hair. Lord, I'm not understanding why, and I don't know what the hell she was thinking. But that's a dangerous thing to do. And especially to be a teacher. How do y'all feel about that? This woman doing this, and she's a teacher, and she's probably teaching maybe some of y'all children. Would you want a teacher that's Gorilla Gluing her hair that vain to use some Gorilla Glue to teach your children? Your kids would be with this woman all day long learning. It makes you question, what exactly is she teaching? She's a teacher. So teachers can read. Teachers supposed to know how to do a lot of things, use common sense and everything else, because they teach us. They done went to school for this, they done learned, and I just don't understand the logic in it. I probably never will. But that's just one thing. You do not use Gorilla Glue on your hair. It says that on the bottle. Whatever bottle Gorilla Glue come in, it has warning labels, it has directions, it has warnings. Somebody didn't read, especially to be a teacher, and that's not making no sense to me. So do you want her to teach your children? Y'all let me know how you feel about that, because I'm glad my children is out of school. I am. Because that, I'd have to pull my children out of her class. I would not want her teaching them nothing. And most folks gonna probably get mad at me and say she made a mistake. Yeah, people make mistakes, but this ain't no mistake. That was intentional because she did it. And she gotta go fund me. I'm sorry, I'm not funding stupidity. I'm not fit to do it. Where is my caring on this? I don't. Raw Uncut, Sistah Talk, Coffee and Conversations. And on that one, y'all don't use no damn Gorilla Glue on y'all hair, ladies. This is going to the damn extreme. We're gonna have to use some common sense now. And that sure the hell ain't common sense. So y'all have a wonderful day. Until next time. Be good. Follow the CDC guidelines, but except for, I think y'all should go longer than 10 days on quarantining. Especially with the new strains of viruses coming out. Wash your hands. Wear your mask too if you can. social distance, no partying. You can party in your living room, 2-3 people that live inside your house. Let it be that. Make this shit work. So society can go on and get rid of this damn shit. Alright, y'all. Sips of coffee to y'all. Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your morning. Be good. You have been listening on One Radio, the talk show podcast station. Bring in your Sistah Talk. Destructive comedy. I have been your host, Sistah Such and Such. And remember, y'all, if it looks and acts like a duck, then it's a fucking duck. So thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you just need a little bit more, you're looking for more, you'll find it on YouTube. The name is Tony on One. On One Radio, it's on Facebook. You'll find it there. And it's available on most of your favorite podcast apps and sites and devices and all that